I need the names of the casting directors in Hollywood because who keeps casting Usher as a DJ? Okay, turn it off. That's all we can afford. What's going on, you guys? Steve here. And let's react to some more DJ content with a twist. So I compiled various DJ scenes from movies and I figured we could react to them, maybe analyze the gear they're using in the scenes, and kind of check out the details. Special shout out to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. And let's keep on pushing.
Y'all ready for this?
Daryl Williams was the hottest DJ in town.
You like that?
But before he could take a shot at his dream,
Good.
he took a bullet for a mafia princess.
Do I look like I need a babysitter? I choose Daryl.
Daryl is not a bodyguard.
He is now.
So I've actually seen this movie before. It's actually one of the free movies on YouTube. Honestly, free movies on YouTube are my guilty pleasure. Most of them are pretty bad, but I enjoy watching bad movies. What's interesting about this movie is, one, Usher is a DJ, and two, the small clip of him DJing in the trailer is the only scene in the movie that pertains to DJing. There's nothing else in the movie that has anything to do with DJing other than this very small clip. It's like 5-10 seconds. This movie is a quirky early 2000s rom-com. Obviously, with a movie like that, they're not going to get hyper technical about DJing and music. I would analyze the gear for this trailer or this scene in the movie, but they don't even really show the gear. I believe he was using vinyl in the movie, but they flash to it so quick I can't even analyze it. But yeah, it's interesting. They kind of just use he's a DJ to make him look cool in the movie, but it's not actually about DJing.
There's always going to be resistance, so you got to be patient. Look for that one person who's not afraid to just go for it.
BPM is the name of the game. It governs how your body moves. For example, reggae is slow, about 60 BPM.
Dubstep is actually 140 BPM cut to half speed. It ends up being about 70 BPM. House is around 110 to 130 BPM.
Then there's hardcore. Not sure how you dance to that.
Once you've locked onto their heart rate, you start bringing them up, song by song.
I'm very biased. I love this movie. I was actually part of a test screening for this movie before it released. It was pretty cool. This was one of my first times actually seeing a movie before it actually dropped for the public. I was able to see some of the flaws in the movie. Some of the special effects and visuals weren't done yet. Some scenes weren't even filmed yet. So you could see kind of the placeholders. They would just put text on the screen. There would be just a voice from the director or somebody from the cast saying like, hey, this is what you're supposed to be seeing here. It's not done, but this is what we're going to record. I thought that was cool. I'm very biased to the movie because of that experience. I'm very grateful for that opportunity, and yeah, I just think the movie is cool in general. This movie was directed by Max Joseph. For those of you who might not know, Max Joseph was the former co-host of the MTV show Catfish. He actually left that show to film this movie. At the test screening, I actually got to meet some of the cast and Max Joseph. They actually gave me this sticker and I held on to it because I just thought it was really cool. All of that being said, this is how I would explain DJing to an alien who just crash landed. This is an oversimplified way of explaining reading the crowd, BPM, and the fundamentals of DJing. It's effective. I think this makes sense. I think this conveys what DJs do to very casual audiences. But if you're a 20-year veteran, you're not learning anything from this. But that's the point. Jeez, can I get a decent look at it? It looks like he's using a Pioneer 900 Nexus mixer, and these look like the CDJ 2000 Nexus 1s. This movie did come out in 2015, so at the time, that was the latest and greatest of Pioneer hardware. I'm not exactly sure how much it costs now, but just off the top of my head, this probably costs around 5 or 6 grand. He does have this thing running through RCA cables. It is turned on. Do I think he's actually mixing here? No, but that's because it's a movie and they add the audio in post. But yeah, I mean, it looks accurate.
She's really good.
So I've never seen Camp Rock, but I've seen this very notorious meme all over the internet. I will say Allison Stoner seems like a very amazing person. She seems very kind. I grew up watching her in Missy Elliott music videos as a kid, and she did not deserve this. They did her so dirty with this scene. This isn't DJing. This isn't a live performance. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at here. She's got a keyboard that's connected to something. It's at least got wires hanging out the back of it. It also looks like she has some type of iPad speaker combo device next to her. So I don't know what this setup is. Like, what is she supposed to be doing? What makes it worse is she has all these crazy dance moves. She's smacking herself on the head. Like, what the heck is this? This beat is crazy. The fact that everybody's acting like this is fire, like some Metro Boomin, is actually diabolical. It did not age well. I think this was cringe when it came out, but it just gets worse with time.
Shut it down.
Goldstein,
Yes, Mr. Stark.
give me a fat beat to beat my buddy's ass to.
I love Marvel movies. I love the comics from the 90s. I love the Todd McFarlane art style. I love the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Obviously, since Endgame, the MCU hasn't been that great, but before the pandemic, it was absolute cinema. When it comes to this cameo in the movie from DJ AM, I love this. I don't think I've ever said this publicly, but DJ AM and DJ A-Track were the first big DJs that I was aware of as a kid when I started getting into DJing. It was a local DJ on the radio that first inspired me to pursue DJing. But once I got entrenched in the scene and started following other DJs and who's doing this and where are they playing and who are the big names, these were the guys I was following. DJ AM and DJ A-Track. Rest in peace to DJ AM. He passed away shortly after this movie released. But yeah, he inspired me a lot. When it comes to the gear in this scene you can't see, he is using a laptop, and considering the time this movie released, it was likely with Scratch Live. For those of you who might not know, Scratch Live was an early version of Serato DJ. I believe he played on Control Vinyl. Interesting cameo. There's not much to it, but I think it's pretty cool. This is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I think this is one of the greatest movies ever made. This movie is a staple within hip-hop culture, and everybody in this movie did an amazing job. What's interesting about this movie is it's not necessarily about DJing, but it has one of the more accurate representations of what working DJs dealt with at the time. Everything from lugging crates, to practicing, submitting demos, trying to audition to play clubs, battling. Random fact about DJing, the first MP3 player didn't come out until 1998. This movie came out in 1992, and only vinyl existed back then. There were no USB DJs, there were no CDJ 3000s, there was no RX3, no Flex 4s, none of that. All you had was vinyl records and turntables. If we're gonna be hyper technical and analyze this scene, their movements are pretty accurate, but a little off. They don't necessarily match what you're hearing, but they're close. When it comes to the turntables, it looks like they're using some SL1200s. They are plugged in. I'm not sure what kind of mixer this other guy in the purple sweater is using, but it looks like Omar is using what I believe is the SMC1, like the Vestax mixer. I could be totally wrong, but I believe that's what it is. You guys let me know in the comments if I'm off. I think it's interesting because the mixer that Omar is using has screw holes so you can mount it on a rack, but they just duct taped it in the air. You don't really see DJs doing that nowadays. Everybody usually has a controller or some Pioneer mixer or something that's just sitting on the table. Really interesting scene, great movie, pretty accurate. Rest in peace to Tupac.
Wow. How do you know that would be?
DJing is like mixing a drink. First you find the right ingredients, then you find the blend. I'm an architect, so obviously I believe that things happen by your own design.
So I've never heard of this movie. I discovered this movie maybe 20 minutes ago. Keanu Reeves plays an architect turned DJ, which I think is interesting because that was my arc in real life. I actually went to college for an architecture degree. I completed my one-year internship and did have a job in the field working for an architecture firm that specialized in commercial buildings. It's pretty funny. That being said, I did catch a little oopsie with this movie. I'm not sure what brand of turntables these are. It looks like they might have a rain mixer. I can't really tell. It does look like the RCA cables are plugged in, so I'll give them that. But they did screw up. If he's taking the record off, you shouldn't be able to hear a song playing. Another reason why you shouldn't be hearing anything is because the track faders are also down. Obviously the music is playing because they added that in post. It's a small detail. I don't think the average bear would notice that. I'm only noticing this because I'm actually analyzing the scene. But yeah, maybe I'll check this movie out.
All right, show me now.
I need the names of the casting directors in Hollywood because who keeps casting Usher as a DJ? He's played a DJ in more movies than he's played a singer. You know, the thing he's famous for. It's super random. I've never seen this movie. I don't plan to watch this movie. Let's check out the gear. This scene is crazy. Like, this is crazy. The dance moves are wild. So he's using turntables. There's some type of big old mixer. I don't know what kind of mixer that thing is. It's bigger than the stinking decks. It doesn't look like anything is plugged in. I can't tell if the record is spinning. It looks like it's just sitting up there. Interesting. If I'm completely misreading this, by all means, you guys let me know. But it looks like they just threw some decks up there and didn't even care to have the power cables, RCA, anything. That's all I got for this one. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe we can make this a series. As always, I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.